Wagon Meister, and with me today I have a wonderful guest, one of my good friends from college, if not one of my best friends from college. She is currently living across the Pacific Ocean, far, far away in the distant land of Japan, and I would like to introduce her to the show. So, everybody, will you give a warm welcome to Ashlyn? All right.
Da, 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 da.
All right,
That felt so
fantastic.
fancy. Heyo.
Yeah. All right, cool. So how you
Hi.
doing today? How you?
Having an okay day.
Nice.
How about you?
Well, I got not so great a sleep, but that's fine. The wind's howling outside. It's probably going 80 miles an hour or something. But luckily,
What?
my window's closed. I'm in a nice, warm, insulated house because insulation exists in America instead of Japan, so I'm happy.
Oh, can you hear through walls in your home?
Not as much as you can over there.
Okay, I'm probably gonna disturb some neighbors tonight, but fuck it.
Yeah, that's a possibility. But hey, that's the beauty of being on a podcast. You have an excuse.
I'm all right to cuss on this thing, aren't I?
It is 18 plus, yes. It does not matter.
All right, X-rated. Here we go. So,
All right.
ask
So,
me anything.
ask
What are we
me-
talking about today?
Well, we have our list of topics, as I always do with my guests, just to make sure we're ready. And I'm just focusing on pouring this tea and not overfilling my pot. Is it done yet? No, it's not. And there we go. So, let's see here. Let us begin with how we met. Let's go with like UCSB and our friendship. I think that's a good way to start. So, Ashlyn, how did we meet? Where did we meet? What is the story? Tell our guests. Or the people who will be watching, because there's no one watching right now.
Well, future audience. We met at UC Santa Barbara, and I don't know who spoke to whom first, but we were both in a Japanese literature class with the most, he was such a character, this professor.
Yes, he was.
John Nathan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I talked
was
to you
something.
first. I think I remember that. Because I was thinking to myself, wow, this girl is talking a lot in class. She seems like she wants to know a lot of stuff. Maybe I should go and talk to her and see if we can workshop stuff or something.
Who's this know-it-all attention whore raising her hand all day?
Well, I don't know if I would say that much, but I mean, if you want to put those words in your mouth, that's fine.
Oh, that's nice of you. Why did you approach me?
I don't know.
Notes?
Uh,
Curiosity?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I approached you because I was like, oh, she seems interesting.
Oh,
She would be an interesting person to know.
why? Why am I interesting?
I don't know, because you took up a lot of the attention of the class because you kept asking questions.
I am inquisitive
You're very
and
bold.
yes, and I question authority. I buy nothing until I see evidence
Very nice. I like that.
and
That's
justification.
we need more of that in society.
We do. Fuck society. Down with the patriarchy. Anarchy.
Yes, agreed. As you're sitting across from a literal anarchist, that's a good thing.
No, I'm a pacifistic anarchist.
I agree. I don't want to kill people. I don't want to hurt people. I'm a
You're an oxymoron.
yeah, there you go. That's why I'm going to be writing books instead of holding pitchforks and torches and going to the state capitol. Hello, viewer. How are you? I hope you're having a good morning or evening or wherever you are. Yeah. So, all right. So there we go. So we met at UCSB in a literature class.
Yeah, we did. Japanese literature.
Right. So we studied 3 literary figures in that class. We studied Junichiro Tanizaki. We studied, I'm trying to think of his name, Yasunari Kawabata, and the fucked up fascist one.
Oh my
Who's a
god.
repressed homosexual.
Mishima.
Yeah,
Mishima,
Yukio
right?
Mishima, yes. Who was literal friends with our professor, and he's the first one to
God.
translate his work.
Yeah, and oh my god, yeah, this guy was insane, right? I remember
Yes.
Nathan told us he had parties at his house, this big ass house, people would come over and he'd be doing some weird artistic shit,
There you go.
like fucking sculpting or something in his backyard and smoking fat cigars and
He was like
Oh.
he was like the closeted Dave Rubin of Japan.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and
But,
then he tried to do a fascist takeover of the military in the 1980s, and then he killed himself.
people like know some of this. I've talked to some of my students here in Japan, like, oh, Mishima, do you know this guy? Fucking
I've
wild.
done this
They're
too.
like, oh, a little bit, and then I'll bring up, it's crazy, like, that his lover, like was the one to chop off his head, and they're always like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, he was gay.
He was a repressed homosexual,
Eh?
yes. Yeah, they did not know.
Eh?
I actually talked to one of my former coworkers about that, and he was extremely surprised by it. But he was like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
It's because you can't be gay in Japan, like, and if you are, like, God forbid you talk about it, right? Yeah.
I blame that on like Western like Puritan culture influencing it. There's a strong evidence in samurai tradition of the kind of like
Oh
the
yeah,
relationship between like superior and inferior, and that was like kind of like a yeah, you know what I'm
I
talking
don't.
about.
I do, and I don't blame it on like that purity or whatever you said. I don't blame it on like Western religion. I blame it on Western capitalism and Western imperialism and militarization, right? Like Meiji was like, we're gonna fuck this shit up. We're gonna freaking take over Asia. We're gonna be worse
Meiji.
than those assholes from the West, right?
Right.
We adapted all of their weird cultural stuff, including like men taking on certain roles and like I don't know.
Women having certain roles and men having certain roles, yeah.
Yeah, and now the culture's gotten so like you don't talk about it. Right? Nobody should talk about being gay or being trans or being queer, right?
Yep.
Ugh, it's freaking.
When Japan has a strong historical tie to that. Typically,
I know this thing, like they say, oh, this is like our culture. Okay, it's been your culture since what, 1940, 1950? It's not
mhm,
your culture, okay?
it's
Like,
whatever you were forced on by the GHQ of the United States government. That is why the
fucking A.
multitudes of things are different in Japan. Like, cannabis was legal in Japan up until 1945. The reason why was because the U.S. thought, they shouldn't have the ability to use hemp because hemp is extremely useful, easy to grow, and it makes a lot of good materials.
I didn't
That
know
is the
that
literal
was the
reason.
reason.
Yes, that is the literal reason. Of course,
Oh my
cannabis isn't
goodness.
too popular. Japan is very much a nation of workers today, so methamphetamines is the drug to do, or cocaine. Mm.
Well, no,
I love
it's
I
freaking.
like drug history. Drug history is wonderful. I've loved it since
I
community
like
college.
drugs.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, who doesn't? Everyone likes psychoactive chemicals. Like, look, I'm using one right now. It's called tea. It has caffeine. It's the most consumed
Oh
psychoactive in the
my
world.
God. Dude, I've been trying to drink more tea because I've been such a coffee addict. I've been an addict in many different things in my life, and like started off in high school. I went big, right?
Right.
Coffee, and then after high school, booze, and into college, cocaine. Or I really went big there, and then I've slowly brought it down over the years, and I'm like getting off of coffee.
Be
Yeah, I'm down
happy
to
no
like
one
two
knows my
cups a
channel
day.
because of that. Yeah.
I'm off of alcohol. Like I'm not off of alcohol. I'm drinking alcohol now.
You're not abusing alcohol, it seems like you're trying to say.
Yeah, like not like I was. I was drinking
Yeah.
a ridiculous amount daily,
Well,
and now I'm doing pretty well.
that's good. Folks, she used to be like, you know what they say? She's like a fish to water. And
Mm.
there you go. Now she's drinking her water, so there you go.
I'm being healthy. I have water, tea, and I'm drinking champagne because tomorrow's a holiday. There's no work.
If there's no work, we can definitely do longer than we can do a long time of this.
I'm
That makes me
down.
happy. All
I'm
right. Well,
having
I'm happy
fun.
that you got a day off. Congratulations.
Whoop, whoop. I know. I didn't even know about it until last week, and I was like, "What?
Do you have any plans of things to do? Do you have any like
No,
places to go? Oh no.
no, zero, nothing." Because I just moved into my apartment, so I've been putting it together, and
Right.
I bought me a locker at the bowling alley. I live right next door to it. That's really convenient.
Right.
I'm a bowler, FYI. I bowl
I live
like
right
a
next to a
lot.
bowling alley as well. I could literally, it's like If if I could jump out of my window and hop over my fence, I'm in the bowling alley parking lot.
Nick, you should get into bowling like I do. Like I developed so much muscle, and it's kept me fit.
I want to, and I'm doing a lot of like yoga and Ring Fit Adventure, the Nintendo workout game that makes you cry in your soul. Because it's so hard.
I'm sorry, I'm not a gamer. I just cry from my own depression.
It sucks when you're working out in a place that's like at least 1,000 feet higher than where they train for the Olympics. That's where I am. So,
boy, just go bowling.
Yeah, no, I know. I would if a majority of people didn't walk into the building with no masks.
Oh, yeah, dude, seriously. No, bowlers in America are the most conservative, right-wing, Trump-supporting pieces of shit. Like, sorry for anyone who's a Trump supporter, but maybe don't listen to me.
Listen, there's no frith with fascists.
No. That's funny. Seriously, like I used to work in a bowling alley, and the fucking pieces of shit I'd see there daily, the racist assholes. It was during the like initial Trump like election, like it was 2016. It was a rough time, dude.
I remember that the night that he got elected, me and my friends were playing Cards Against Humanity, and we were doing shots of vodka every time we heard that he was doing good. The next morning, I was so sick because I had vomited the night before. I had nothing in my stomach. I had a bunch of bile, and I went to my German class on like Wednesday, and I literally vomited in the bathroom. My teacher's like, "You okay?" I was like, "I can make it through this class." And then I stumble home, and then my fucking asshole roommate, 2 hours after I have a nap, he's like, "Drive me up to Solvang so I can get my Danish friend bread." And I was like, "Fuck you, dude!" And I did it anyway.
Yes. No. I don't like. I haven't thrown up in a long time. Thank God. I don't get that trashed anymore. I was never a barfer, but
I'm glad I don't either.
Dude, no. The night of the Trump election, UCSB, I remember I started hearing chanting, like, and yelling.
You would have been in that area. We could listen. I was in those apartments that are right next to the highway that comes in. And we could see the lights and hear the chanting from there a mile off.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a riot.
Like I went out there and it wasn't like a full-on riot. It was just a march, and everyone was marching. Everyone was like blasting "fuck Donald Trump" on their fucking Bluetooth fucking speakers and shit.
Yep.
And like some chick got a megaphone, and she's like, like, fuck society and these fucking piece of shit right-wing racists, and we're like, yeah, but like,
and now it's this opposite way around. But instead of protests, they fucking stormed the United States Congress and committed a terrorist attack.
This is the thing that pisses me off. Okay, fucking grandma, my fucking mom's mom, like posting all this kind of bullshit on like Facebook, right? Like really racist, horrible shit. And like I already had unfriended her, and I messaged her like, grandma, like seriously, like how can you feel this way after what happened? Like you're talking all this shit on Black Lives Matter, but then like you're trying to say that the storming of the Capitol was fucking like Antifa or some shit, blaming it on the left again. I'm like, what's up with this? And she's just like, Ashlyn, people are attacking me. I'm afraid for my life. And I'm like,
that's
what?
Bullshit.
And she's like, exactly. And she's like, I'm so afraid. Like, if people are like messaging me on Facebook, I'm like, yeah, because you're posting like really controversial, conflicting kind of shit. Of course people are going to respond to it, grandma. Like your life is not in danger. Your life is not going to change. You're still going to have the money and the privilege and the bullshit that you have now in your small ass little California redneck town. So don't give me that bullshit, like crying. Like what the fuck?
I hear you. Hello, new viewer. Yeah, we're just talking about stuff and things and just chatting. Yeah, we're talking about, well, she said what she said, and it was perfect because it's very true. Trust me, I have like family who voted for Trump in 2016. For example, one of my my cousin of my dad, who's basically a sister, because after my dad's mother died when he was 13, they moved in with her family. Basically, they grew up together. She basically became indoctrinated, and I stopped following her on social media. I was still her friend, and she's a great person. I saw her during my cousin's wedding in November last year in California, and I visited her mom, who's she's 95. Her spine's kind of shrunken in on itself. She's like got Alzheimer's and dementia and other shit. But yeah, no, but she's great. But she's just like, she drank the Kool-Aid hard, and then my family out here in Wyoming, because I live in Wyoming, everybody. Cole's good, Trump's good, and now they're like, no. But it is what it is.
It is, but it's like sad because it's everywhere. Like,
yeah.
Like almost 50% of the fucking country voted for Trump, you know, and it's depressing. Everybody's got family involved in that. Like, for white people.
Yeah.
Speaking for us, like us whiteys, like, you know,
us of Europe.
As much as
I prefer to say I'm European American. I admit,
okay.
Because I'm a mongrel. Like, if it was 120 years ago, I would be miscegenated.
We are
I'm
white.
Italian and Irish, and those were not considered white until a certain point in time, because that's how it works.
We are white in this country.
I know, but like
we've got this, you know, white privilege, and
I agree.
We're, you know, like all we can say is we're doing our best. The ones that are trying,
yeah.
The ones that aren't, and then, but we're still associated with it. This is like the dilemma, right?
Yeah.
Like, freaking, we, as I guess, socially aware and aware of racism and aware of our own privilege,
right.
We're attempting to do things to, you know, change it the best that we can, whether through educational means or whatnot, through teaching, as we do, and I try to incorporate it into my teaching all the time. I talk about race in a country like Japan, where
it's super homogenous.
Race is like it is so much that, and they don't understand often when they're being racist, right?
Yep.
But for me to have a family who I consider to be racist, right? Like, there are so many people similar to me and you who have families who we think you fit these guidelines. If you had to put it out that way as this is racist, this is not, you are racist. But then there are so many people who want to like argue for their family. Oh, they're not racist. But it's like, they probably are, like, or at least they're uncaring to racism, or they're, you know, they're ignorant.
Absolutely. And I mean, there's also the fact that even when you're not, I like the term of overt racism versus covert racism. And then you have societal racism. So overt racism is like, obviously, like, you judge a person based on their ethnicity or their identity or something along those, some kind of lines based on whatever. We all know what it is. Very typical. Covert racism is like you hold like inherent beliefs about people. Like maybe you see someone with darker skin walking down the street and it puts you at unease. That's a racist thought. That's a racist reaction. You don't act on it because you just keep walking. Maybe he's like, oh, hello, how are you? But that's covert racism. And then, of course, there's societal racism, which, you know, it's like, oh, my name is, you know, I have a kind of a European-sounding name. If I apply for a job, and then another guy who's maybe more qualified than me is named, like, DeAndre DeMarcus or something, I'm probably going to get the job over the other guy just because I'm white, which is fucked up.
That's systemic racism.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's a heavy topic, and we can continue on it.
Yeah.
But or we can go to something lighter.
We'll end it on this good note on that, or not good note, but I guess progressive note, right?
It's the recognition, I think.
Me to any viewers on this, I will continue to dedicate my life to not only just learning more, educating more, but like doing something about it. And I working in education, I do bring it up and I do touch those, even though it's not a part of my lesson plans, or I'm teaching English language. It's a huge part of what goes on in English speaking cultures. So I do talk about it, and I will continue to when I come back to the States to work on my history masters and so forth. So leaving it on that note, keep fighting, keep moving forward, keep dedicating your life.
That's what the platform is for. I'm swinging into an artistic, producing content. I would love to go back to college. I would like to get a master's or a doctorate. It's just not in the cards right now.
I felt that for anybody. Like, who would want to go back to school right now? This.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-mm.
I mean, probably if you're in
Mm-mm.
like in your master's, it wouldn't be as bad as if like you're an undergraduate. It's like, oh, I want the college experience. I want to go live in the dorm room. I want to go have friends, and I want to go party, and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna go puke in the Uber. Fucking assholes. I was an Uber driver and Lyft driver for 3 years. This shit happened more often than you would think, folks, and it's fucking horrifying.
I never puked in an Uber, but
You're a good
legit,
person.
hungover Ashlyn would be like, pull over, pull over, pull over.
Yeah, this is
Open the
true.
door.
Yeah.
Outside the Uber.
Yeah.
I could hold it.
Very funny. So let's talk about UCSB, since like we were on that topic. We kind of switched back, but I think it'd be like a good way to do it, like parties in college. UCSB. How did you enjoy studying at UCSB? Life, all that other jazz.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it in a lot of ways. It's a beautiful place. My professors were amazing. I built really great academic connections there. Hmm. I've been like low-key burping
Yeah, no worries.
off camera. But thinking about like, I don't know. Would I do it again? The answer is absolutely no. Not ever would I. No, like not at all. Not even for like $1 million. I would not go back and do that again. It was too intense. There's too much going on at that campus. Too much partying, too much crazy, too much drugs and alcohol.
I don't remember that. I remember the alcohol, but it was mostly because I was dealing with drunks or hanging out with you.
Aww.
No, because you know what I was doing. I was making money off those suckers.
Nah, driving out. You're pretty good. You didn't get into the shenanigans as I did.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff that I can come to bear about shit I did that was wild, but that's a lot. I don't know. You want to hear?
You were wild? How were you wild, Nick?
How was I wild? Let me try and think of a occasion.
Think of a story.
Okay. So this was at community college. This was before you met me. I was at my friend's birthday party, and I got there early with like 6 super strong beers. There was nothing to eat, and I was like, let's have a drink, guys, in celebration. No one wanted any of it. I ended up drinking all 6 of them. They were all about 8% or higher. And then people were telling me to take shots and have mixed drinks, and there was no solid food. It was all like cupcakes and shit. There was no like condensed bread to absorb the alcohol. So I basically blacked out, and then what I did was I was sitting woozy. Like if my hand was here, you can see this. This is how close it is to my face. I could not see my hand with my glasses on or off. And then because first I vomited in his sink, and then I sat down and they handed me a massive like stew pot, and I vomited that, and I vomited so much that it got so heavy the handles broke and it fell on his ground. And then I had to have my parents and my younger brother, who is a former drug addict, come, and they like did like the thing. My dad and my brother, and we all have big shoulders, so they had to like lift me up, and they dragged me out of the house without my shoes, without anything except my wallet.
Oh my god!
And my stomach hurt for 3 days. Then on the Monday after that weekend, I came and got my stuff. I told them I was extremely sorry about it, and that's something that not a lot of people know about except for my college friends from CC.
Oh my gosh.
Which is, listen, I know I have addictive tendencies, so I avoid doing things in excess. Except for reading. Reading is the only thing that I, like, fulfill my addiction to.
That's a lot of barf, dude.
Oh, trust me, I know. I didn't even walk. I was dragged over it.
Oh my god!
I actually scared some people. I scared people enough that they're like, I'm never over drinking again. And they felt all pity for me.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's good. That makes me want to drink.
Yeah, there you go. Take a slug then, friend.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah, what's Shit.
Okay, I haven't had that happen, but I've had some horrible blackout stories when I was really young, right?
Right.
Pre-21. Drunk. Oh, Oh, I told you about the time I woke up in the middle of like a riot, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh yeah. UCSB. So like anybody's familiar with UCSB, we had this like huge party called Deltopia
Ah,
every
okay.
year.
I know where now
Derives
this is
from
going, guys.
Floatopia.
But let's hear it.
Yeah. So Floatopia became Deltopia, right? Because people couldn't go out into the ocean that much and you know dump so much trash in the water anyways. So they're on the street and closest to the ocean. And it's a big block party happens once a year, like the first weekend after spring break ends.
Yep.
And like I'm 18, barely. It's my first one, my first year in college.
Oof.
I'm partying with people. I'm taking like 7 shots at 10 a.m. Whoosh out, whoosh out, whoosh out. Fucking, I'm fucked up. I'm blackout the entire day. At one point, I wake up and I'm making out with some guy. That's a whole other story. Blacked out again. Wake up again. All right, here I am. I'm like, I wake up and I'm kind of like on a roof. I'm on a rooftop,
Okay.
on the roof of my friend's house, and he lives in the middle of fucking Isla Vista, which is where all the kids live, close to the parties. He's like
Yes.
on Trigo, which is 3 streets down from the main road where the parties are.
I will
I'm on
show.
this
I'm like
rooftop.
literally showing them right now. I'm on a map and I'm showing them where
Good.
this is happening.
I'm up here on Trigo, and like it's like only 3 blocks down, Nick. What is that road? Segovia? Not Segovia. No.
It depends how
Sooner
far in.
than
How
that.
close were you to the kind of like the
One,
U?
2, 3.
Okay, so
3
you
from
were
the U.
on Camino. Yeah, Camino Corto.
Camino. What's the one before that? Camino
I
Corto.
mean before Camino del Sur.
Okay, Camino Corto and Trigo, I
There's also
think, and
Camino
I'm
Lindo. There's a lot of these. Guys, it's all
Camino del.
Spanish.
It might be Camino del Sur or Camino Corto, and
Right.
I'm on Trigo, and I'm up on this rooftop, and I'm like, whoa, looking around, and I just see fucking helicopters flying over me. Shoo, 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 shoo.
Oof.
What the fuck is going on?
Right.
And the only thought in my mind was like, I'm in the 60s. I transported to a fucking riot like in the 60s, right? They're rioting over important issues back then. And I'm like, yeah, fucking fuck the Vietnam War. And then boom, blacked out again. Blacked out
Fuck the
again.
Vietnam War.
And then I wake back up. Zoom. I woke back up and I'm on the street.
Right.
I'm on Camaro, whatever, Camino del Sur and Trigo. Not Trigo. I'm actually on the next road. What's the second road between Del Playa and Trigo is
Let me look at the map because we have it here between which
Trigo and
streets?
Del Playa.
Trigo and Del Playa.
The second road from Del
Sabato
Playa.
Tarde.
I'm in the middle of Sabato.
Right.
Sabado. That's what we called it. Sabado Tarde. In the middle of Sabado Tarde and Camino del Sur in this block. It's all empty in the block. And I look up. I wake up from the blackout looking at the ground, and I look up slowly, right?
Right.
And I just see a fucking line of cops
Oof.
on freaking Del Playa, right?
Right.
Blocking the entrance from Camino del Sur to Del Playa.
Right.
They all got fucking shields on, right? Shields. Some of them had like batons or whatever.
You definitely.
And some of them have
Now I'm remembering this. I think you absolutely did tell me this story, so I'm excited. To
and you
listen
just
to
see
it
the
again.
cop cars behind them. Shoo, 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 shoo. The lights are on, and it's
Right.
kind of like silent. Like when you like your head's underwater and your ears are like coming out of it. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I turn around. I do like a 180, turn around, shoo. And I see just the biggest riot of like this huge crowd of adolescents and fucking young adults and 20-something-year-olds, right? Behind me on the opposite side, all on Trigo, Camino del Sur and Trigo.
Right.
And they're like fucking throwing shit. They're throwing glasses, like glass bottles, shoo, shoo. And it's all going in slow-mo because I'm coming out of a blackout. I'm just like,
Right.
oh my God. And they're holding stop signs. And these stop signs were literally ripped out of the fucking ground. And they're holding them. And I just see stop signs and other freaking signs from the street, like flailing around while glass bottles are landing literally at my feet. And, you know, what the fuck again? And I'm like processing this, and it's only about like 1 minute, but it feels like 20. And I'm processing it all, like, holy shit, how did I get here? And then, dude, I'm hit
Right.
in the back of my knee, right? Rubber bullet, pow, and I drop, and I just start screaming, ow!
Ugh.
Ah!
That shit, I have learned just from like the design of it. They're not even supposed to. Rubber bullets are horrible, and they're better than metal bullets, obviously, because metal bullets will kill you. But you're supposed to shoot them at the ground, and then the recoil of the energy goes into the ground. Then they smack you, but they fire right into people.
They fire. I'm pretty sure he fired it into me, but maybe he didn't. I got hit. I fall onto my knees. I'm crying. I'm yelling.
Right.
And I fucking turn around and look where I got shot from. And I see the cops all there. And then this girl comes up on Sabado Tarde on a bicycle. Right?
Right.
She stops and she fucking looks at me and she points and she goes, "You deserve that!" And she fucking took off on her bike.
I'm sorry. I'm a feminist. I respect women, but bitch!
I don't know why. I don't know how long I was standing there. Maybe I was just fucking woo out of my mind standing on the corner.
Does the story end with you like asleep in a bush somewhere?
No. Here's where it keeps going. This is where it picks up. I'm like shot. I'm like fuck. So I start limping toward the crowd because I feel like they're not shooting me. You know? I'm limping toward the crowd. I'm like, yeah, fuck the po-po at this point. I get over there and then I see this group of like fucking drunkards start like tipping a fucking van. This big white van parked on the street there, right? They start tipping it back and forth, and I'm just, you know, fucking social justice warrior or whatever. And I go running at them.
Right.
Hey, that's not your van.
So first you get like fuck the cops. And it's like, they shot me, so they're dicks. And they're like, you're destroying private property. Don't do it, guys.
Like, if that was my car, I'd be so pissed. Like, that's not your van. That's literally
that's a fair approximation.
And I go running at them like,
So you're like pulling an action star
running.
slow-mo move right now?
It seriously is a slow-mo. And then like I'm running up and like I start to slow down, whoa, and then everything goes slow-mo, right? It's coming down like it's about to fucking hit me, and I'm like, oh my god, my life is over. And the stop sign's coming down at me, and I'm like, oh fucking that's not your man, wow. And then boom, out of nowhere, my buddy Raul comes up, grabs me from behind, picks me up, and runs me across the street. Mm-hmm. And I'm like kicking and flailing in his arms. No!
So you basically got saying, you're like, fuck you, dude!
That's not your man! I keep yelling this like fucking thing.
You poor little baby freshman.
He throws me down on the sidewalk on the other side of the street and he goes, Ashlyn, fucking stay on the sidewalk! Yell at me.
This is why I don't drink in public. I drink at restaurants or home.
Look, man, after this, we're all tear gassed and we run into the closest apartments.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Which we did. I ran into my friend Kyle's house again, and we're all coughing, and we just stand there for the rest of the night.
Right.
And I have no memory of anything else that happens.
There you go. I like your teacup. Your teacup's very nice. I also have a very nice teacup. We both have nice Japanese teacups.
Ding! Cheers!
Cheers.
Ding. That's nice.
That is nice.
Well, all this tea is making me have to pee. How about you tell a story about me? Ha ha ha! Rhymes.
Okay, so guys, there was this one time that I was helping Ashlyn move a couch. So basically, her couch in her apartment was not so good. It was very bad, very, very bad, very bad. And I know I'm speaking with Trump-esque language, but guys, it was not a good couch. And basically, we went and we saw like this cheap couch, and we went to like a used goods store, and we got it. We borrowed someone's truck to grab it. We drive back to her place, and me and my buddy Sam, who's also her friend, as well as her roommate, me and Sam just were like lifting it up and using all our like power of strength. I was like trying to focus on using my legs, but it was really more like my upper body, which wasn't good. But it was like we got it through, and we got it up 2 flights of stairs. Thank goodness that her apartment was like literally the one at the end, so it was super easy to get to. And then we had to finagle it through a door that was too small to fit it through, and that took a little bit of time, but then we got it through it, and yeah, it was nice. And that was a couch I have slept on many a time when I was at that apartment. That was a good couch. It was better than the old couch, which gave me back pains, and I'm much happier to sleep on the new couch. That is, I don't know if it still exists. It might be in a trash pile somewhere. Good couch.
Are you telling the couch story?
I told the couch story.
Well, you don't even know all of that couch story. So prior to that couch, it was an amazing couch. I slept on the couch so often, like, ooh, my second bed. That was just my first bed. Anyways,
there you go.
Before we moved that couch into my place,
right.
The previous couches that I had were given to me like by my grandma. It's like every fucking college kid, like, yeah, I got these couches from grandma. Anyways,
right.
Freaking. I needed to get rid of the couches, and it's just me and this other girl in my house, right? And we're not particularly, like, significantly strong. We're just 2, chicks. No offense, like, nothing on chicks. Like, chicks are strong. I'm pretty strong, but 2 people, like, 2 skinny people carrying, like, a shit ton of couches down, like, from the 3rd floor to the bottom floor is difficult. You need 3 people regardless of if you're male or female, right?
Yep.
So, like, anyways, we're just like, what the fuck? I just want to get rid of these fucking couches. Mm-hmm. So we're just like, fuck it. So couches are outside, right? It's just like I'm on the corner stair, and underneath is the dumpster area. And I look out, I'm like, look out! And we fucking tossed the couches over the fucking rails, right?
Was this the rail of your balcony?
Floors. Oh, yeah, no, not the balcony where you exit my apartment to get to the stair area.
Okay. Yeah,
which is basically a balcony area.
Yes.
We toss them down, and like some guy is walking past. Or he was walking past, like prior, he was like starting to walk past. We had the couch like up on the rails, and we're like, oh, and he's like, oh, and I was like, yo, watch the vicinity. Okay, and he's like, all right, I gotcha. Like I live this to everyone's got your back when you're doing some crazy shit. He's like, all right, I'm watching it. We're good. All right, you're good. Throw it down. So we toss it, and we're like, woo! And the fucking thing fucking crashes down. We're like, yeah. We just put it on the street, and fucking trash man collected it the next day.
There you go.
Good time.
There you go. Yeah, that's how you do it in janky California college. That's all I'll say that.
Dude, seriously, those trash collectors were on it during those like 2 weeks surrounding move outs.
There you go.
Pick up some free furniture.
They do their shit. They're like, okay, it's go time, boys. It's when we earn our bonus. Oh shit. All right. Well, what's another topic you want to get at? Anything else you want to just keep going with the flow, or you want to jump on another of our topics?
What was one of our topics?
Okay, so we did UCSB. We did.
I got one.
Okay, go for it.
Yo, shut up! I got it.
You see me talking?
I want to talk about work. I know what you're saying.
Okay.
Ew, work. Don't talk about work on your day off.
Are you kidding? Like, this is my work. I'm working right now.
Also, FYI, everyone, I just poured myself a glass of, like, plastic bottled wine. And it's pretty good. It was $6.
It's like the big cardboard cartons. That shit's delicious. You stick it in the fridge for an hour. Oh.
We don't have boxed wine in Japan.
You've never been to 7-Eleven? Didn't get like the Japanese like box like sake or the box umeshu? You gotta get that shit.
Oh, wait, you mean in the carton, like a milk carton?
That is what I said. I said the carton.
Okay, okay. No, I'm sorry. I was like, we can't slap the bag here, okay?
Right. There's no slapping the bag. It's just like it's paper to booze.
Okay. Anyways, so
Yes.
freaking just so everyone knows, I'm a teacher. I'm an English teacher. I I work for Kaiwa, which is just an English teaching company in Japan.
Yep.
So what they do here, there are companies where you teach English. It's pretty lucrative, but obviously right now everything is unlucrative in this coronavirus world that we're living in.
Unless you're the stock market.
Unless you're therapy. I feel like therapy should be pretty lucrative right now. Online therapy is
There you go.
killing it.
Very true. Very true.
Anyways, so like I mostly taught adults. I only taught adults, and so adults included high schoolers and that, right?
Right.
But I transferred recently to Tokyo, and I started teaching children because most of our schools do teach children. And so I'm learning all this kid shit and learning how to teach kids. And I've got one like young kids class, and these are like 4-year-olds, 4-year-old Japanese kids on Saturdays. And I taught them a couple.
I'm sorry. I worked for the same company she did. It's a wonderful company, but we're not going to disclose what it is. All I'll say is that teaching kids is much more difficult than people make it out to be. Teachers deserve so much money.
And like, okay, look, it's not just teaching kids, it's teaching kids who speak an entirely different fucking language from you.
Exactly.
They don't understand what the fuck you are saying. Like the guy I replaced at this school when I transferred, he was like, Ashlyn, they are not people. They are puppies. Puppies.
I'm assuming you're talking about like a carpet
like
class.
Puppies. Yeah, it's like little kids.
Yes.
These are babies. They barely speak their own language.
Yep.
Okay? And you're trying to talk to them in a different one. They're just like,
You sound like an alien.
You know what the fuck you're saying? It's so, oh my god, it's so stressful because anyways, so I'm struggling clearly because I'm an over talker. I can't even communicate well with my boyfriend, and we're both from California. I'm a horrible communicator. I'm trying to communicate.
Well, if you ever need lessons of communication, I'm pretty damn fine at it. I can be blunt or I can be subtle. What communication style do you want?
It's like I'm trying to talk to these kiddos.
Right. Yep.
And
Simple instructions. And use gestures.
Actually, this is the thing. Like, my first lesson was like so. It wasn't great, and I got some criticism, and I cried a little. Okay, look, kids make me cry. I don't want kids. I was kind of an only child. I have half siblings from my crack mom, but like I grew up just with my alcoholic dad. It was just me and him, so he was basically the child, and I was the adult. So I don't know how to handle children. I know how to handle like, adult children. I don't know how to handle real
man-child and woman-child, but you can't handle literal child.
But here's the thing, I was never allowed to be a child when I was a child. Right. I was not allowed to cry. I was not allowed to like feel regular child emotions, so I don't know how to handle children, and this is horrible, and I hate it, and I want to be better at it, and I strive to. Trust me, people, I really do.
If you want some advice, I can give it to you right now as someone who had to do it for a year and had like a fair amount of kids.
Well, let me tell you what happened, because it wasn't so bad.
Okay.
My first one is like bad, it's not bad, but it's like it could be better. Right? I'm used to being good at everything I do. I like put everything I have into the things that I do, and I kill it. So when I'm not great at it, for me it's shit. Even though it's just like, oh, it just wasn't great, but
I'm glad I know you, because like you're like the master of like giving it your all. I'm like the coaster. It's like once I got something down that works, I'm like, this is the method. There is no more hard work.
I only give it my all when I know that I can. Okay, I don't try things I don't like. But so like I'm doing okay, and like then I teach another lesson, and this one's by myself, and it's going pretty well. Like we're having a good time. This is after special week, so it's my third week teaching, I think,
Yep.
Actually, I don't remember. Maybe my second. I don't fucking remember. Anyways, we're having a great time. It's just me and two little girls. The boy didn't show up. I usually have three in the class. Two little girls, like they're both 4 years old, and that boy who's also 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They're all really adorable, and like, so I'm just with the two little girls, and like, kids are always like, they're fucking leaning on tables, they're moving around, they're touching everything. They're like, "Boo-doo, boo-doo."
Which is especially not good in these current times.
I know, but it's really cute. I do think it's
Right.
adorable. And
Oh,
like, I'm doing my best to help them, but I'm a really touchy person.
when I
I
was
like
teaching
to.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hmm.
I
Go
was gonna
ahead,
say,
you go ahead.
when I was teaching the kids, I listen, I take a card for the kids. Like they were like annoying, but I loved them. It's like kind of like love-hate
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
And you're gonna become
Like
so attached.
I do. I already see myself doing that, and like,
Yep.
and I'm also very touched. Like, I want to like hug and like, give
Right.
like, assurance, like physically, like, right, like not in a gross way. People get out of here if you're like that, but in like, taps on the shoulder, like, head pats, things like that. Like, I'm here for you. Like, I will help you put on your coat, all that cute stuff. And we're actually having a really good lesson. Like, the girls are really doing well. There's one girl who's so smart. She's like on it, like boom, boom, boom. Apparently her parents are crazy, but she is really great.
What a
Which is
description.
fine. Like,
Right.
ignore the crazy parents. The girl is doing great. And then we have this other girl. She's really, really quiet, but she's so cute. And she does say the things you tell her to say, right? You're having the students like repeat sentences and words in English, right? And she's
Right.
doing it. She does it for me. We're having a good time. We're sitting there. We're doing like an activity. And I just hear,
Mm-hmm.
and I think, oh God, oh
Oh.
God. I look, and I look under the table. I look under the chair, and I see a puddle. I see a puddle.
Oh, see, that's why it's like, do you remember? Okay, what words do you remember to take care of that? Like, what are the words that you have to know in Japanese?
They don't speak enough words to know what I had to fucking say on that. So this was my instinctual reaction. I see it happening, and this is a weird thing. She's just sitting there, like she doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. She's just having a good time in the class. We're all doing our thing, and she just
Right.
starts pissing her pants, and I'm thinking, oh my God. Looking down, oh my God, it's all over the floor. So I'm like, okay, please sit, stay here. And I fucking book it out of the fucking room, down the hall.
Right.
And like in our kids' rooms, we have no shoes in the kids' rooms.
Yep.
I don't even put my shoes back on. I'm like sprinting
She
down
would
the
just
hallway.
like haul
My
butt to the counter.
pantyhose, like chow chow. And the fucked up thing is that my regular managers were all busy, so my extra manager, Nick, you'll know the word, I don't think I should say it, but the extra manager starts with an SH. She,
Right. Right.
but so she's like the main boss. My manager's boss was there working at our school that week.
I do know this word.
Yeah.
It's the.
Can we, I know it, but can we say it without revealing the company, or is this just a Japanese word?
This is just a Japanese word. So you're talking about
our
your district. You just
shibucho.
say your district manager.
Yeah, our district manager was there helping out at our school because all the other managers are busy, and she's the
Right.
only one. I was like, hey, yo, come on. She's like, what? She gets up, she starts running. I was like, P, there's P. We start running, and we get back there, and I'm like, oh my God. And she's like, okay, we get into the room, and I take the other student who's just sitting there. They're both just sitting in the same seats waiting.
Right.
Like just got the little looks on their faces, like, what do we do now?
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, it's so adorable, but I'm dying on the inside. I'm like, okay. So I pull the one student that didn't pee her pants to the side. I was like, okay, come here, sit down. And like the district manager takes the student who did, pulls her over to the side. She's like, okay, and it just drops her chonies, drops her little tights, and like takes her underwear off because she peed all over them. And she's just, I'm like, okay, this is happening. So I decided to distract the other student. I'm like, okay, let's look at this book. Let's do some textbook work. And I'm like,
right, because you're going, you have to distract the kid. Yes.
Yeah, and so
Right.
I'm handling this student while district manager is taking care of the other one, and then like she takes her out, and I'm like, okay, hey, me and you, and the student who's clean, I'm like, let's go to a different room, right? And we have to go to one of the adult rooms, and I bring in the radio. I'm like, let's sing a song. Da, 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 da. I'm just fucking distracting this kid. And then I see the district manager and the P kid walking past. I'm like, what are you gonna do? She's like, we're gonna go clean. I was like, I'll take the child. She's like, okay, take her. She has no underwear. I'm like, it's fine. She's got a skirt, come in, so you can go clean. So district manager goes and cleans the room, and I've got the two little kids sitting there, and I'm just like, please
dancing
don't
and singing and entertaining them. Yeah.
Don't poop. Don't pee again. Yeah.
No more bodily fluids in my class. Yeah. You got half my shibucho, save my ass.
Anyways, that was the first time I met my shibucho. It was just like wonderful.
Well, you set an impression, didn't you?
But I think I killed it. And like everyone, no one mentioned anything, right? Like everyone was just like, oh my God. And I told my like foreign colleagues and coworkers, like, and they're like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Right.
And it was like, whatever, it's okay, it happened. Oh my God, that's crazy. It never happens, but it happened. Like, this does not ever happen, but it happened. Yeah. And it ate at me for the entire fucking weekend. Oof. And then we get back to work, and they're like, okay, you have 2 kids interviews on Saturday. Are you ready? And they're like, okay, do a kids interview, like, practice for me right now. Me and my kids' head teacher, and I'm just like, and I'm sitting there shaking my head like, I can't. I just started crying, Nick. I just started crying like, I can't do this. And she's like, what's going on? Right. And, she's Japanese and she speaks really great English, and she's trying to help me. She's like, what's happening? I'm like, I fucking freaked out. A kid pissed on me, like not on me, but she pissed in my class. And like, what did I do? And I'm like, I'm going through this like, emotional crisis. Like, did I cause this?
It happens. You just gotta live. You just gotta keep moving forward. That is the best advice I can give for that.
This is the thing. I did get advice on it, so I'm like bawling my eyes out.
Right.
And I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't. And then I sit down with her and the other head teacher, and we're talking, and I was like, why did it happen? And then the kids' head teacher's like, no, I talked to her parents. And I was like, you did? Because like, just FYI for the audience, I can't talk to anyone because they all speak Japanese, and I can't speak Japanese, right? So I don't know anything that's going on. Nobody tells me anything. And then finally this colleague of mine, she's one of my boss's managers, she says, no, I talked to the parents, and I talked to the child, and she said that she was having so much fun. She was having so much fun that she didn't realize. And she started peeing.
You made her so excited. She peed of excitement.
So apparently I made her pee out of fun and excitement. And I said, well, why didn't you fucking tell me that? So I could feel better about myself. Because I'm here thinking I scarred this child. And we're all like laughing. But I'm like, dude, I ruined this child's psyche. She's going to have like nightmares about me for the rest of her life. And they're like, no, she had so much fun.
You're going to be the most influential teacher. She's going to be like, Asha Sensei.
Why not tell me? See, this is the thing. There's no communication in Japan unless you ask for it bluntly.
Yeah, and you don't. That's a no-no unless you built up the courage to do that, guys. Just for educational purposes.
I said I need positive reinforcement because I've been here sitting thinking that I ruined a child's life. So I need you to tell me these things so I don't have a fucking panic attack like I just did in front of you. Okay, Sensei. But it was all good. Like, they were super supportive. We were laughing about it. They're like, no, it's okay. And then I killed those kids' interviews and everything was fine. But,
very good. Congratulations.
Yeah. Moral of the story, don't think you are a monster just because a kid pees in your presence.
Trust me. Listen, before I left, I had a student who was extremely, like, hesitant to... Like, she would, like, scream and cry because apparently I'm a monster. Because I'm a big, scary, giant bear man with a mask on. But then she eventually warmed up to me. And, like, there was this one time I had to go to the bathroom. And I all right, guys, let's sing a song. I'm going to hold, and I let her out and held her by a hand. But then I went to take back to take care of the class, and she came out and she started crying. I was like, oh, it's okay. And we eventually had a good rapport. We used to do like little hand touch because in Japan it's not high five, it's like hand touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was good. Yes. So good stuff.
Oh,
Like
you do
someone
grow to love them.
Yeah, you do. Well, luckily
Yeah.
in April you'll have a new batch. It's not that far away. But then you'll still see them in the lobby. Yeah, so there you go. Shoot.
Them kids.
Yeah. How about let's transition to life in Japan, because that's something we both can talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you do when you're in Japan? Do you just do a lot of drinking and bowling? Do you go to historical sites? Do you visit temples and shrines? I know what I did.
Well, freaking for a while there, me and Alex have been traveling a lot internally. Alex is my boyfriend, FYI, everyone. He's another California native who teaches at the same Eikaiwa as I do. Not at my Eikaiwa, but in a different location, same company, right? And we did a lot of internal travel for a while. Okinawa,
I remember that.
Kyoto, Osaka. And we went to Nagano recently. Hakuba.
I saw the pictures in all that snow. It looked really nice.
We saw the snow monkeys and we fucking had a great time in the snow. And actually we have a trip planned for Hakone in a month. I already took the time off work.
Nice.
It's gonna be so great. So yeah, we're doing a lot of internal travel. We'd like to do things where basically have a nice ass hotel room, fucking good meals, and some private onsen or hot spring or bathtub and get our sexy time on, you know what I'm saying?
I think the water will be too hot for that, but whatever.
We like to do those types of things. And I personally love to go out drinking and meeting people and having fun. And Alex loves to
probably out in Tokyo, right?
It definitely is, but Alex loves to hike and go have some outdoor adventures, so we meshed the two together.
I'm actually going on a hike tomorrow, so I respect that.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Fucking A, Wyoming. I bet it's gorgeous out there.
Not really. The mountain parts are cool, but I live in if you drive 5 minutes east, you're in Nebraska area, so.
Oh, dude, Nebraska's balls. I'm sorry, my sister lives in Nebraska. That place sucks. No offense to my sister, hey.
Yeah, there you go. I'll tweet her at her and say, watch this interview with me. I called you out and said your state sucks.
No, she knows it sucks, dude, but Nebraska is not the place you strive to be. No offense, honey. But it's cheap as hell. That's you can get a big ass place for super cheap.
Oh, if I wanted to, if I had initiative, there are so many apartments. They're single room apartments, $600, utilities included in the rent. And I was like, but my thing is that I want to wait until I can get vaccinated, and then I'm gonna get a job, save up money after working for a year, and then I'm moving back to west. Don't know where. Yeah. I might move south to Colorado first because Colorado is sick.
Oh shit! Me and Alex are interested in Colorado for potentially our PhDs.
What do you want to know? I'm down there often. You have questions?
Well, nothing yet. That's a bit in the future.
I'm just saying, we'll get there there's a lot of good places to get a degree there. So.
We're thinking Boulder. Well, I'm thinking Boulder. Yeah.
The rich yuppie side of Denver.
Well, it's because the university meshes well with my field, bruh.
Trust me, I hear you. I'm Boulder would be cool.
But let's discuss Japan.
Right.
How did you feel being in Japan? What?
Well, I had 2 experiences.
How was your happiness level? What 2 experiences? What are you talking about?
I studied abroad for half a year there, and then.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
So I had the experience of being there as a student and as a worker. I like living in Japan. I like the convenience. The people are generally polite. No, I don't know if genuinely is the right term. But yeah, it's good, but if I were to move back there, I'd have to do something where I'm making money on my own terms. I can't. I just don't like the. I just don't like the. I don't like business climates. What can I say? It rubs me the wrong way. If I have a boss, like I can do things for a year, and then I'm like, nah, this is stupid. I'm wasting my time here. Because the whole thing was it was an experiment. Going there for a year was an experiment to see could you live working under in a business environment in that country. And
interesting experiment.
Yeah, and as you can see, I'm in America now. So how do you think the experiment went?
It did not pan out. Well, like, yo, fuck business, but I don't want to work in this forever either. But
right.
I want to make money and I want to travel. And in this company, especially now, like, I can push my limits a bit, right? I can ask for a little bit more.
Well,
I got a little bit more leeway. I got a little bit more power. A little bit more.
The fact that there aren't new people coming in, the foreign teachers got a little bit of there's a little bit of ball in their court right now.
Especially when we've been here for a while. Like where I'm at, I'm sitting as an experienced teacher.
There you go.
Like, you know, like fuck it. Like I want my days off. I want to be able to go do my things. I want to see this country, and I have been doing that. I do feel fulfilled in that. And once it opens back up again, I get vaccinated, hopefully. And I think I will. Right now, like, vaccinations are going to be free, and I should be getting it, like, August. Yep. At the latest, right?
Right.
Was what they're saying. So then I'm excited to get traveling again. But like the amazing thing about Japan, it's like super similar to California, but almost better. Like we have all different kind of climates you're searching for. Go up to Hokkaido, you got that snowy, beautiful shit. You go down to Okinawa, you got that tropical vacation shit. Water is warm crap, right? We got it all. And so I can live in Japan, have everything all that cheap vacation shit that I want, being in my early 20s and having money that I'm not spending on children or a mortgage. I'm not making a lot, FYI, and I'm not getting any from family, FYI, for, you know, listener's sake. But like I'm young and I'm not saving, so I want to fucking.
Yeah, trust me, I get it.
I want to have some fun.
I did not. Well, I saved enough to be able to fund getting all the stuff together for like this entertainment center of extremely nice PC. It's like almost $2,000 and
holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's great. Although I can't update Windows right now, so I have to wait until March. Based on a warranty to be able to fix it, which I paid a good amount, but hopefully it's like that. I should really sign up for OneDrive and download all my files on it, so just in case I have to wipe the computer clean and turn it back, you know, like download everything again. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, no, but it's a monster. I got an Alienware. It's fucking incredible.
Alien? I don't even want you to explain that because I will zone the fuck out.
Ask Alex, explain to him that I have a $2,000 Alienware PC, and he'll be like, nice.
Yeah. Alex gets all that shit. I do not.
That's why I became friends with him. I became friends with him because it's like...
He's a cool guy, isn't he?
He's a very casual, chill guy, yeah.
He's amazing in so many ways, and he's like super hot. That's the thing. That's not the thing. I love him for other reasons, clearly. But, like...
It's so interesting, your two characters, like, coming together. Like, I never would have expected it, but you guys really hit it off.
We so hit it off. Like, seriously, like, you know? Oh, my God. Wait, why would you not have expected it between me and him?
I don't know.
What?
Because I didn't have that interaction. Remember, the night you guys met... let's see, where were we? We were doing something, and then I went back to my hotel to drop shit off, and I came back to Shibuya, and then after that was one of the fucking worst nights of my life.
You did? Oh, what?
And I ended up...
Well,
it was like we were at...
Ew. No. Okay.
Yeah, you're the one that majored in it as well. That was one of the topics you wanted to talk about.
Did
we can talk about something else. It's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Did I major in history?
I don't know.
Oh, did I ever... All right, well, did I ever tell you about the time that I was talking about a fanticide with Sam and Yennefer?
No. Maybe? I don't know. Was I part of that? Maybe. I don't know.
No, you weren't there. So, for those who don't know, infanticide
You guys
is
hung
when
out without me? What is this?
I don't know what happened. You weren't there. Anyways, we didn't invite you. No, you were like not available.
Yeah, that
I
makes
remember
sense.
this.
It's probably working.
Infanticide is when a parent kills their child.
Yes.
Okay, everybody caught up? Fun stuff. Um,
Oh,
killing
it's
of
the
a
best.
baby. It doesn't have to be a parent, but it's killing of a baby.
Yes.
Infanticide. Infanticide. So, me and Sam and Yennefer, which is our group of friends, by the way. The four of us are really good friends. We call ourselves the Avengers.
Yes, every one of us has a role in the chat.
Who am I?
You're Tony Stark.
Tony fucking Stark.
Because
and who are you?
I'm Bruce Banner.
Oh, why am I? Oh yeah, why am I Tony Stark?
Because you're inventive and energetic and a little drunk.
Exactly. And you are Bruce fucking Banner and the Hulk. Why?
Why?
You got that dark side to you.
I do indeed have a dark side to me, but it rarely comes out. I usually keep it under lock.
Exactly, but you're super intelligent and super sweet and soft, but then it comes out suddenly, like when you're lifting my couch.
Yeah. I can pull them out, and I've actually become to be more accepting of that side of myself, which is really good spiritually.
What is Sam?
Sam's aunt. No, wait, no. Sam's not. Sam is. You know what? I have the telephone. I can use that to look at who's who.
What is Sam?
I mean, I know who Yen is. So
don't talk about Yenny. She's last. She's last for a reason.
Let's go. Let's take Drax. He's Drax from
Drax. Because Sam, just for everyone to know, Sam is autistic, and Sam is super open about his autism, and the most beautiful person about that.
He is.
And he knows, and he 100% shows himself as Drax. He's like, I say the stupidest shit at the stupidest times. I am Drax. Sorry.
No worries.
It's beautiful, and it's so funny and amazing. Sam is Drax, and then Yennefer is Ant-Man. She is Ant-Man because she has no idea how she ended up in this fucking movie.
That's fair.
How did I get here? I'm just here to leave commentary.
I'm happy that I'm Mark Ruffalo. I got that.
Mark Ruffalo he's a sexy man.
Yeah, he's got those Ruffalo pouty lips. Oh.
Then,
like if I was gay, I'd go down for Mark Ruffalo. I'm not joking.
I'd go down on Mark Ruffalo. Sorry. I just feel like he's hairy.
Reached the point where she's snorting.
With a name like Ruffalo. Sorry, no. I'm just saying, with a name like Ruffalo, he's got to be hairy. That's horrible.
Wow.
Poor Mark. No, I like hairy, man. I like a hairy Ruffalo.
You like your Ruffalo, Ruffalo.
Hey. Wow. Anyways.
Yeah.
So we're like the Avengers. What was I on about before this?
We were talking about, I don't know. We were talking about history and you didn't want to talk about it, so we jumped to another topic.
Infanticide.
Yeah, infanticide.
So
there
me, Sam, and Yennefer. And me and Sam and Nick, FYI, we're all history majors, and Yennefer was a global studies major. So she's pretty much in that, right? So me, Sam, and Yennefer were at a bar, which is right next to our campus, like a college bar. We're sitting there sharing some beers, just like some fucking, like, I think there were some 90s grunge bands playing on the radio, and we're just sitting there like, yeah, people playing billiards around us. We're just like, shit. And I'm like going on about this thing I've been studying recently. Like, yeah, these fucking like parents, right? Like in the Edo period of Japan would just like kill their children because they couldn't afford their children. Yes. But also like children were not considered human beings until they were like,
I know exactly what class and like topic you're talking about. Yeah, it's like, the minute you brought it up, yeah.
So like kids could just be killed before they were 7, and they were just dying like because they couldn't afford them. And I was like, you know, oh my god.
So everyone,
this Nick. I was like, fucking kids this, kids that. And I was like, oh my god, this beer is delicious.
That's such a left turn comment for you at the time, but it makes sense. So just for everyone to know, in traditional Japanese Buddhist culture, the whole shtick is that there's a cycle of life, and children aren't considered human until that Shichigo-san, where they go to the temple and like they get made into humans. And basically, there's a period of age. When you get to 60, you're officially a part of the spiritual world again. So technically, because you're an elder and you're spiritual, you're like halfway a spirit. So there you go. And before that time for kids, you're part of the spirit world too.
Mm-hmm. And so we're just going on about this, like, child death, child death, child death. Damn, this beer is good.
Right.
And Sam's just like, yeah, this is a really good beer.
That's good. Good for him.
Yeah, for it's like, what the fuck?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
But that's being a history major.
There you go.
All right, Nick, you tell a history story while I go pee.
Okay. So what to talk about? So I guess I could talk about East Asian history. Did you know that Japan was such... I don't know what to talk about. Okay. Come on. I can think of something. So, a long, long time ago, in a... that's dumb. Let's just talk about like Mongols and the Japanese samurai. So samurai didn't all used to be about honor. The main thing about samurai was that they were out to make some money. They were out for reputation. They wanted like to get fat stacks of cash. They were basically mercenaries in the early days. They were horse riding mercenaries with big arrows. So they're basically kind of Mongol-esque. And the Mongols failed the first time because Japan was like, no, we want to trade with China because like you guys haven't conquered China. And then the second time they tried to invade again, and they used like a Chinese and Korean fleet because they conquered both. And they built a wall, they kept them out, and then they smacked them back into the ocean. So, yeah, Japan, one of the only nations to smack the crap out of the Mongols. Not once, but twice. Once because of a freak accident of weather. The second time because of a wall, the same style of fighting, and another freak accident of weather. So, there you go. That's why Japan's unique. Yeah, there you go. I was bringing up the Mongol invasion.
I'm sure that's the only reason why they're unique.
I don't know. I definitely feel like Japan, if they had been conquered by the Mongols, would have become more Sino-centric. No question. But
Probably.
Japan would be as unique, if not because of that. But remember, samurai, they were greedy dicks up until the Edo period. And it was encouraged for them to be the ideal.
They were greedy through the Edo period. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just talking about the shit-kicking samurai. I'm not talking about, like, the big lords. Big lords were big fucking greedy shits up until fucking the shogunate fell over. When the Meiji government was like, nah, brah, we're going to conquer your ass. We're going to bring us ripping and screaming. You're going to be wearing suits and having mustaches. No more top knots, you dick. Oh, you want a rebellion in Hokkaido? Smack of the face.
Smack in the face.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. That's a story.
Nick, let's end on something positive or negative. What do you want to end on?
It's your call. It's your call. I don't care. It could be either.
Let's go
positive.
I guess positive. Let's go negative positive. Like negative, but it has a positive
So negative
outcome.
but uplifting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to talk about? That's an interesting topic.
How's your family? How's your life?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good thing to talk about. It's all good. With my dad doing what he did last year. It was tough for my family, but then they sold both houses in California. And then my mom moved out here, and she got a very good position that's lucrative. She told me not to talk about salary or anything, so I'm not going to do that, but she's doing very, very well for herself. She bought a house in full. She has no mortgage. She bought it in complete cash. Yes.
Fuck your mama.
Yeah.
Fuck your mamas.
And my brother, he's quit cannabis. Now he's only having a smoke and having a drink, but even then he's not doing that. So he's just working hard. And I think he's growing up because he's not living with anyone, so he has to like mature. And yeah, I'm doing good spiritually. I'm like getting back into meditation. I'm reading books about Western style meditation. I'm reading books about high magic. There's this great guy, Damien Eccles. He was a part of the Mississippi 13 or the something like the Mississippi 3. There's this whole case. Basically, he was instigated and put on death row for like 22 years because he was framed for the murder of this kid. But he got off scot-free by doing magic and just working on meditation and stuff in his little prison cell. And yeah, and I've been reading his book. Really, because I was influenced. You ever watch that Netflix series, The Midnight Gospel?
No.
You got BoJack Horseman all coming out before my father died, like 2 days before. Really prepared me for it.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's got to be something. I don't know. Like, I've thought about my parents' deaths for a long time because of their addictions and drugs and alcohol. Yeah. And I always think that if my mom died, it would just be another day, you know? Right. Oh, bye. Okay. You weren't part of my life anyways. I would have a lot of like internal sadness, but it wouldn't be an outward expression for quite a while. But if my dad died, because we were so close and he was like my brother, right? Right. It wasn't my dad, it was my brother. And if my dad dies, and he's almost died before, like, you know, I've told you this, he attempted suicide and failed. And I was pissed at him. I was so fucking angry. And
I know that feeling. You know, trust me, I do. Cause
I know you do. God, that must bring so much anger.
At this point, when it happened, absolutely. But like, I thought about it, and I've been going to like a grief counseling thing every 2 weeks for like the past couple months. And at this point, I just know he listen. He ran out of money. He is mentally ill. He was diagnosed. He had so many different physical and mental illnesses, which mental illnesses are physical illnesses because your brain's physical. And he was listen, I describe my dad like this, and my brother would hate me to say it, but he was a rat who had been backed into a corner. And you know what he did? He gnawed his fucking head off.
He coyote uglied his own neck.
He did. And it's sad, and it's what it is.
But
yeah, it is what it is. Now he doesn't have to suffer, and I'm happy about that.
I'm happy he doesn't have to suffer, but I'm sad that so many others had to suffer because he stopped his own suffering, you know?
Yeah. It's all that's
the thing that pissed me off with my dad. Yeah.
All that pain distributes to everybody else.
Exactly. But I wish you never had to go through that.
Yeah. I mean, but I understand. I used to be suicidal, and I still sometimes think about
Me too. Yeah. I had definitely been when I was younger. I was so suicidal to the point where I was hospitalized by my parents, you know?
I'm surprised.
By my dad. Okay. One person.
You want to know why I didn't do it? Because I was a devout Catholic at the time at the age of 11. And I was like, I can't do this.
I don't want to go to hell. Hell's a scary fucking place.
Yeah, now I think just hell is a frame of mind. I think that, as a Buddhist, that is what it is.
I didn't want to do it because I was afraid of the pain. But I'm not afraid of death. At this point, death seems not like, I don't want to kill myself. Definitely not. And I don't want to encourage anyone else to, because I think life is worth living. And those little bits of happiness you can get are 10 times more than the huge amounts of sadness you'll get.
Yeah.
Right?
It's death is humanity's oldest friend.
I think it is.
It makes us enjoy life because it's short. If you read Lord of the Rings, it's like this idea of the gift of man from the gods.
I'm reading
it. You get to die, and you don't have to live forever and suffer and see the world fuck over.
Yeah, like death for me, and I've talked to this with Alex. Like, he talks about how if there's the option of death or putting your brain into a computer to live on in any kind of fantasy world you want to be in, he wants to live on some fantasy world. And I told him a certain extent of time because I love you. Exactly. I want to rest.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Like,
just the most eternal rest.
it's
Ah,
peace. It's peace. Death is peace.
peace.
Death is
Death
peace.
is peace,
Yeah.
but but that peace should not be forced. You
Yeah.
cannot force peace. You cannot force. If you look at life, life should be the example for death, right?
Yeah.
In life, no one has ever been able to force peace.
Mm-hmm.
Peace has come through mutual agreement and tranquility and hard work. And we should think of death that way, right? I
Yeah.
shouldn't force it. I shouldn't bring it on too soon. Never kill yourself. Never do that,
Yeah.
because then death will not be peace. Death will be forced.
When
You will lose all amount of peace that you should have had. So live through life, folks. Live through it as much as you can. Get through it every day. Try to realize that one day you will have that peace if
Yep.
you develop the happiness you need now.
Yes. It's
That's my advice.
Ram Dass, be here now. Just be present. Be happy. Be like,
Mm-hmm.
feel your emotions. Live life. If you
Mm-hmm.
can't do that, you're not going to be happy. Or, it's content. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
almost died back in 2018. You remember when I got in that car crash with the brick wall and the tree going 70 into a tree. And I
Yeah,
remember you were so pissed off at my friend for like getting sick and doing that drive. I remember you were angry. I was just like, it is what
I'm
it
so
is.
angry.
And I'm surprised because I know if I go today, I'd be fine with it. Because I wasn't like, oh no, I'm
Yeah,
going to die. I was like, I'm happy with it. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, there you go. That was our negative into positive spin. I really appreciated that. Well, Ashlyn, I really
yeah.
appreciate you coming on, and I'm going to end the stream now. But, do you want to plug anything? Do you have any social media you want people to check out?
No, nobody follow me on anything. I am non-existent, and I am not a real human being.
There you go. It's a
Love
simulation.
you all.
Elon Musk was right. All right. And if you like the show, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you're
Break
on
free
Twitch,
from the
give
matrix.
it a follow. We're pushing for 50 so I can get affiliate, so I can make some damn money off of this. And, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, life is short, so drive fast and take